Everybody is on mute. Sonal, perhaps you could share a little bit about how we're going to run today. And
Hello, can everyone hear me?
Yes or no?
All right. Stanny just didn't give me access to talk. I think all of you have heard me a lot. Hi, everyone. Welcome. I think you've all seen me a lot of times. I think I'm like one part of GD events all the time, but welcome to our first ever town hall. Super exciting. Just a couple of things. Of course, we have a few presentations today to let everyone know what's happening at GD, some updates, some interesting stories, and also we'll be opening the house for some questions at the end. We will be keeping, okay, some messages. Can you all hear me, or is I'm not audible? You can, right? All right, lovely, great. So for any questions, because we'll have an open Q&A, either raise hands or put your questions in the chat box. So at the end, we'll take up any questions you have for GD, for the team, in general, any suggestions. So anything you can put in the chat box. We'll try to take as much as possible at the end, or raise your hand and hopefully we can answer as many as we can today. That's the purpose. So yeah, that's all from me. I don't know, did we lose him? I can't see him. Is he there?
there we go. I'm here.
Okay.
Zoom booted us off. All right. There you go. Okay. I don't understand technology, but we'll try our best. There's the first mistake of the day. So I think we can roll. We can roll straight into the presentations. I just want to share one theme for the meeting, and that is a Maharaji quote, which I say every day, and it's love is the strongest medicine. It's more powerful than electricity. And I think that is the one thing that's binding all of you together, that you'll see a recurring theme through all of the people who share something, and it's a different expression of that same thing. So I think first presentation, I think, Claire? Please do all speakers, please do introduce yourselves, as you know, it's going to be very short, very snappy, and we're going to hear lots of wonderful voices today. So Stanny, you can go ahead and unmute Claire and share her screen.
Are we doing the photos or not? No. Yeah. Okay.
So there's a 15 second for every 15 second time for every slide. So next it'll be you, Claire.
Okay, so I'm Claire Missingham. I'm a yoga teacher from London, and this is my little family, excluding the little shark there. This is my husband, and this is my best friend, Melanie. she is one of the reasons that I began teaching yoga. One of my first jobs was on tour with the Spice Girls. This is at our one of the partner children's homes that I work at outside Rishikesh. It's also run by a devotee of Neem Karoli Baba, and we go there and teach yoga. This is my happy place. I'm next. I'm next to the Ganges near Rishikesh, and that's me happy and in my element. This is me also in my what I consider my dharma, teaching yoga with love and with devotion and with service, which I've done for 22 years. I also do talks and always try to bring in how we are finding and producing ourselves within the scope of personal and group dharma. This is at the Anandamayi Ma Ashram in Benares or Varanasi. And this is the Ma. She was a direct devotee of Anandamayi Ma. And this is in my beloved Kainchi Dam, in the foothills of the Himalayas at Neem Karoli Baba's ashram, where I go regularly up until March 2020. This is one of my beloved teachers. He's actually based in California. He runs the Ramakrishna Kali Mandir there, and he is a very beloved, good, blessed guru. Thank you.
This is me, Deependra, also known as Dharamdas. I'm India Charity Director, also holding operations. So this is a picture from 2017 and 2018, where we developed libraries in remotest locations in India. The left one is from Gujarat, and the right one is from Uttarakhand. So here I just want to mention the without corporate support, we could not achieve the milestone 100 libraries. So this is our corporate partner Future First helping hand. We developed 20 libraries with them. So this is 100 libraries. Recently we hit that milestone. We have a target to reach 2,000 libraries by 2026. Aiming to benefit to 1 million children. Yes, so this is a picture from last year's Corona wave 1 in India, the ration distribution. So we reached out to remotest locations in India, Bhuj, across India, in fact. So these are the glimpse of 105 cities which we reached during the pandemic last year. Yeah, so on the second wave, there was a different kind of wave. So all the medical support was required. So we reached to remotest locations in India with the hospital beds and all oxygen cylinders. Over 700 cylinders we distributed. This is a global outreach in the first wave across 2020. So 8 countries with the many ration distribution and the cooked meals which we reached out. So this is some kind of statistics which we got in the last couple of years. Around 105 cities, 8 countries, 135 oxygen concentrators. So this is a synopsis of Dharmic, what we have achieved so far. Over 5 million meals, 75,000 plus kids directly benefited. 100 libraries already we built. Over 40,000 books we donated. Thank you.
Can you all see me? Yeah. Okay. So hi everyone. I'm Costa. I'm also known as Janaka Das, and I'm the head of design in Go Dharmic right now. And my presentation is going to be a bit of about approach of Go Dharmic's visual communication and identity. we developed a new identity back in 2019, I think, and we transformed completely the way GD appears and communicates visually, aiming for the visual language to be memorable, expressive, and most of all, unique. So the starting point, when we started designing the identity, we were thinking about how does a man start to communicate visually? First visual communication of each of us is coming in a form of drawing. Children are picking up the pencil and start drawing. Those drawings are usually not perfect in form. The forms are simplified, not logical, but every parent knows how beautiful and inspiring those scribbles can be. They're always colorful, full of forms that you're not sure what you're looking at, but one thing is certain, they bring joy to the one who's looking at it. So that was the core idea when we developed the brand, to bring the joy in communication. Besides that, GD projects are directly related to children, some of them. So we developed this brand identity. I'm really proud of it, following the principles of openness, simplicity, and sincerity, which resonate for the main causes of the project. Applying direct visual language through figurative cutouts and symbols of nature and earthy tones. So the main idea was that we offer a graphic proposition for the dharmic fundamentals of compassion, care, and generosity. And we keep doing it, and hopefully next year we're going to have a bit of refresh in this. Sorry for taking a bit more time, but had to do it. Thank you.
Amazing. I mean, everything you guys see of the design of GD has come from him, and it's beautiful. Go ahead, Sano.
Thanks, Costa. I think you could have taken this one as well. You make my work very easy. Hi, guys. I'm Sonal Jain. I head communication for Go Dharmic. I don't think I need to say a lot. Costa makes my life super easy. He gives me brilliant stuff, and I can put out that. Our aim is basically to make a world of compassion and social media, and we have various channels from Facebook, GD family page, which is very special to us, Instagram, YouTube, of course, Himal's own page. And I think the idea is we also have all our city pages. So as we grow, I think we'll have hundreds and thousands of city pages. We are on Twitter, we are on Instagram, also the app, which I think we'll speak about it a bit more later. So the idea is, as many people join, this becomes a bigger family. So we have 500,000 already who we reach out to, and this needs to grow, and we want to keep growing. So guys, we need your support. If you're not still liking us, following us, sharing. Also, events become a big part of what we do in terms of our communication. So we just did the biggest event for us, Ahimsa, the Oxygen for India, the Snowdon Climb, Salt Ride. So it's a mix of sport events. And yeah, as I said, we need your support. So please like our pages, follow what we do, share our stuff, and I think let our voice amplify across the world.
So, hi everyone, my name is Simone. I'm a volunteer in central London for the food distribution with Go Dharmic. And today talk about our experience with Go Dharmic at the COP26. It was a great opportunity and an honor to represent Go Dharmic at the COP26. In this 3-day experience, Hemal and the team share with public and other institutions the amazing job that the Go Dharmic family do to preserve the environment and support the communities in need. The Go Dharmic stand had a space in the green zone at the COP26. We were the only Hindu charity in our zone, and the ability of spreading the concepts of Dharma and Ahimsa is what made us unique. We had a consistent number of visitors, probably by 15 by 70 per day, which showed great interest. A very prepared and enthusiastic team helped visitors and explained to them how we concretely help the environment and community by serving food to the unprivileged ones. Emily, who visited our stand on day 1, became a member on day 2. The same day at the COP26 was happening, some of our volunteers were distributing food and essential to the community in Govan, which is one of the poorest areas in the country. It was great to see that along talks and planning, there was a lot of real action applied. It was also a unique opportunity to partner with the organization and spread that message through the media, and we found strong links with the work that other institutions were doing. Now we left Glasgow with a rich experience and ideas to connect with others for a common important mission to preserve the natural essence of the world we live in and the variety of natural elements that we have been gifted. Thank you.
Yes. Hi, everyone. I'm Stanny, and I shall be speaking on the technology that we use to spread our message forward. So this is our global impact. All the pins that you see of GD is where we have done all the campaigns. We've almost covered all the continents. And these are all done through 4 offices of GD, 2 in India, 1 in Glasgow, and 1 in England. But the common home for us is our website, our digital home page, where you can get all the information about Go Dharmic, all the latest news, updates, everything about on our website. The most interesting part about is the varied array of campaigns that we have. Some charities are just hunger, some are just education. We are everything. Your environment, education, hunger, disaster relief. And the best part about our website is the social actions that people get to put on. So if you've done a food distribution, just get on our website, put a photo, put some details about it and add it. Everyone can do social action. And we want to spread this message across the globe. So we have given out everything that you require to start a campaign on our website. Though if you want to get in touch with us, definitely, but this is the very first thing that you want to start a campaign, it is there. As I said, like, we are a volunteer-powered charity. Everything works on volunteers, maybe tree plantation events, maybe our annual cycle ride, Barry going to Mount Everest, taking the GD flag. Everything works on volunteers. And so we have created, which is the most ambitious project as well, connecting all of our volunteers. We launched the Go Dharmic app. It's a beautiful place. All our volunteers are on it. We communicate daily. We share stuff. We plan. This is what the app entails. It has all of our campaigns on it. It has options to volunteer. People can get on it to volunteer. There's distribution schedules. There's a community feed. All news are on there. And then there's a hard space where if anyone wants to share anything, they can. Since I'm talking about technology, donations have also become so technical. We have a payroll giving scheme. If you want to donate some part of it, yeah, sorry about that. If you want to donate anywhere, we have all the options. We have issues, we have text donations, and we are there to. You can connect us on any of the social media platforms. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Rita and I'm in the UK looking after operations, and just wanted to give just a little talk about all the other food distributions that we have. So here we've got Queensbury. You can see all the youngsters who volunteer, which is lovely to see them. And it's a thank you to everyone from Queensbury and the Swaminarayan Monday that help. Here we have a picture of people at Luton, and I can't thank Luton enough. They do so much behind in the scenes. They go out in all weathers. These volunteers, what can we say? Without you guys, we really could not run any of the food distributions. We wouldn't be where we are today. And it all goes, you know, to the volunteers that help us in each and every single distributions. We have Northampton here. Again, volunteers all going out every Sunday, making teas, coffees, and serving food to the needy. Every Sunday they're out there. This is Wembley. Got police there. They have now started to come and help as well. They're going to hopefully start volunteering. And again, the volunteers go out, we distribute so many meals, hot meals, all the food that we collect from supermarkets are all the work that we actually do in the background are all done by volunteers. Without them, we really would not be anywhere. So we just, as part of the Go Dharmic family, we just want to say thank you very much. This one is from Kolkata, and here we distribute 300 meals every week to the cute kids. Again, without Go Dharmic, these kids would be going hungry. And we just want to say thank you. This is in Ahmedabad. And once again, thank you very much. Without you guys, the volunteers and the people that work in the background, we just wouldn't be where we are. Thank you.
Thanks. Hi, everyone. My name is Martin. I help to coordinate the work we do in Scotland. And I am a student at St Andrews currently. This is the office that we have in Glasgow. When we were first visiting it, the kind of start of the Go Dharmic distributions in Scotland. It's a lot more full now, less tidy. The people behind kind of everything that we have running in Glasgow is kind of everything. Nothing would happen without people like who we've got pictured here, Fiona, Hemel, and Beverly. We serve several different times a week, different parts of the city. So this picture here is from George Square, where we support the homeless and vulnerable of the city. Again, there's amazing volunteers and restaurants, cafes that support every week. We've had a number of different companies support us with vans, and we've recently been able to purchase our own van, which is just amazing help to ensure that we can keep everything running and that we don't break our volunteers' suspensions. Again, another picture, some more of the amazing volunteers behind the scenes. Rain or shine, they'll be out in the pouring rain, snow. I think we've got a picture of the snow coming up. They'll be out all the time. Yeah, here we go. Be out in the snow, giving out food bags, fresh fruit and vegetables, toiletries, toys, to some of the poorest families in the city. We've had feedback on how amazing the services are and the support that it provides. Another special thing I just wanted to mention was we have a number of supermarkets across the city who will donate perfectly good items, whether it's fresh items, dried items, and as well as that, they'll donate items that maybe they were going to put in the bin, which again, linking to what Simone was talking about, preventing food waste. Something that we do as much as we can, taking as much food out the bin and putting it into people's mouths who need it. So that's something I'm really passionate about. Again, here, plenty of fresh fruit and vegetable that we're able to hand out to children who have limited access to this. So for me, if we can take that out the bin and give it to them, that's one of the best things we can do. Finally, just to end, it's coming up to Christmas. This is a picture from last year where one of our beneficiaries dressed up as Santa and managed to raise hundreds of pounds at the distribution for the charity. So I just thought that was a nice thing to share to end on.
Hi, this is Debabrata from Calcutta. I'm working for operation team here for GD and Shishipuchi International also. Please next. So when there is a crisis of oxygen bed in India, during that time we donate 200 bed in Calcutta in Defined Hospital, and also we set up 5 COVID Go Dharmic COVID care center over here, and globally that time spread through our national media network. And not only stopped here, we also provide the free oxygen concentrator to the home isolated patient here. Next, please. Yeah, so the picture from Sundarban, the Sundarban people every year they are suffering from the different flood and cyclone. So this year they are feel helpless because due to the Amphan cyclone. So that time our GD volunteer we provide the relief and different materials. So we're looking for their permanent solution for that. We take a good initiative. We want to plant 2 million mangrove over there. So we've already planted more than 10,000 mangroves there. Next, please. Our volunteer working the river side and they planting mangrove here. Next, please. So as a FeedWO, under the FeedWO campaign, we set up a GD community kitchen in India first time in Calcutta, and every week we feed more than 400 kids and more than 10,000, more than 1,000 meals we distribute in monthly to the needy kids, and we adopted more than 200 orphanage kids here, and regularly we provide feeding and we provide nutrition food and making this for in our own community kitchen. Here, next please. GD volunteer always looking for solutions, so not the pollution. So as a team of GD and GD volunteer, we cleared more than 20 km sea beach and make the sea beach garbage free and restore the ecosystem in there. So that's all from mine. Thank you.
Okay, so hello everybody. My name is Cliff. I volunteer in Go Dharmic fundraising, so I'd like to talk a little about my journey to Go Dharmic and what I did when I got there. So the short version is I was at the temple in Luton, as pictured. I came out, Archie noticed me, introduced herself, we talked about Go Dharmic, I was convinced, and that was that. A few hours later, I was talking to Himal Hanumandas, there he is, and signed up for the Go Dharmic fundraising team. Of course, there's more to it than that. Hindu thought and practice had been occupying my heart and mind for a few years, I guess. I could be described as a late in life convert to Hinduism. And part of that amazing journey was through the talks and writings of our very own Nick Sutton. And it was through Nick's work that I heard of Go Dharmic. I had an immediate rapport with the values of Go Dharmic and the action it took to love all, feed all, serve all, inspire compassion in action and selfless service around the world. I read the Gita, Nick's translation, of course, just pictured, and that was my understanding of Karma Yoga. I knew I wanted to do something as an expression of my newfound energy. And from the inspiration of people like R.T., Nick, and Hanuman Das, and the divine that spoke through them. I was moved by the simple, selfless, fanfare-free, fundamental tasks that Go Dharmic provides. For people in desperate circumstances, Go Dharmic makes a difference between eating and not eating, very fundamental. It can have an extraordinary impact on the physical and mental health of people on the poverty line. So I wanted to do something. What was that something? What can I do? How can I be of service? Well, in my day job, I worked on trust fundraising and publications, so I thought maybe that was something I could do. Turned out that Go Dharmic was looking for fundraisers. So I've been reviewing and developing the funding applications we submit, and I helped out a little with the work on Nick Sutton and Hanuman Das's beautiful book on the Hanuman Chalisa. It's been a privilege to work with such a lovely team of dedicated people. I really treasure it. So my thoughts on current development, I want us to submit quality bids that clearly describe what we're doing, why we're doing it, how we're going to do it, and the change we're going to make. And of course, why we're the ones to do it. The last part is a particularly important area. I could go on about different ideas for the future, but like Hanuman, I think Go Dharmic brings a mounting of healing to where it's needed most. Thank you.
Hello?
Yes, please go on.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't see you, so I don't know if I start. Hello, everyone. I hope the Wi-Fi in the cafe works. I'm Min. It's a pleasure to speak on behalf of the London food distribution team. So I have always wanted to volunteer, and especially to do something for homeless. But I didn't have much time to look for the volunteer opportunities. Like if I go to the job sites, there are just hundreds and thousands of ads on the sites. So I was glad that Dee posted on couch surfing, because there were very limited events on couch surfing. So it took me no time to find it. And it was very easy to sign up and to participate. It's always the same place, same time. So I started in July. I was usually working on packaging and delivering the main dish of the day. I still remember my first day. Before that, I've only seen homeless afar on the streets. So that day was my first time facing them, like saw the vulnerability in front of me. It was a very unforgettable and very emotional moment for me. I think more than just delivering food to them, I think what adds to the positivity is to show them hospitality, warmth, and be friendly, like a smiling face or just a small chat. I think it all makes a difference. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Meeta. I'm from Luton, GD. I hope you can all hear me.
Yes, we can.
Thank you. So my journey started with Luton GD probably about 3 years ago. And as you can see in the picture here, this was our team pre-COVID. And we used to feed all the homeless and vulnerable in Luton. We actually used to serve out hot meals there and then onto plates. Unfortunately, due to COVID, our team has become much smaller, as you can see from this picture. However, we still do continue to feed them, and we are very fortunate to have a local restaurant called Papa J's that helps us to with a meal every other week, and also the school that Priti will talk about in a little while, and also Ashcroft, that's food, help us to serve the food to the vulnerable in Luton. These are just some of the pictures and some of our beneficiaries that come every week and who are so thankful for what we are able to do for them, and also other places like Costa, and during COVID we had other cafes that were providing food for us as well. So our team has just grown, and this year and last year we've had students from India who have come to volunteer, who have been students at the university in Bedfordshire, and I'll let Priti take over from here.
Thanks, Meeta. So and this is the Stockwood Academy school parcel. Fresh fruit, fresh veg, hygiene products are all brought over from Fairshare. And these are some of the volunteers from the school, I believe. So we have cereal, fruit, veg, clothing, nappies, toiletries, all parceled up and then collected by parents and families. This is the group that went up to, some of the group that went up to Mount Snowdon 19. We were raising awareness and funds for GD. This one we're really proud of, aren't we, Meeta?
We are.
Care and Community Award. We were shortlisted and we won the Luton Best 2020 Care in the Community Award. And this sums us up. This is on the side of our van, I Am Brenna van. And you know, we do this week in, week out, smile on our face, rain, shine, come whatever. Thank you.
Hi, can everybody hear me? Yes.
Yeah.
I'm Lily. I'm head of press for GD. I just wanted to take a moment today just to go over some of the press features and things we've had in the last 6 months and what that actually means to us as an organization. So the first thing really to understand about, you know, us in the press and things is that we are classified as what is known as third sector because we are a charity. And that really means that we are seen as neither public or private. And we are independent of the government. And that means that it's really all about the history and our culture, you know, as a charity, which is very much value driven. And our value, of course, is to love all, serve all, and feed all. And in the press, really, you know, how that translates is that we raise more awareness through the pieces of press that we do receive to spread that awareness and message. We increase the numbers of volunteers we have globally, and we raise the profile of our future events and strengthen our legitimacy as a organization. Sorry, Stanny, you're going to have to go back to the stats, please. And what I've done today is I've selected 22 pieces of coverage that we've had basically in the last 6 months, just as a snapshot. We've had an estimated 220,000 views of these press pieces with 138 million audience in the world. And we have gained an average domain authority of 51, which is very, very good, meaning that we are very much searchable on the internet and online, that people know about us and all the work that we actually do. Our relationship with the press is very much reactive as they are. They call in on a daily basis, questions, for quotations, and very much in relation to what we, often are working on, whether it's an environment or education. We are not only seen in big papers such as the Metro, but also, within remits of charity, big publications such as the Smiley News, in communities such as, big papers such as Asian Voice, to community, publications such as the Hertfordshire Resident, and seen in publications such as Quadrant, like that has to do with government and our continued relationships and partnerships with people like that who are actually the policy makers, because what we do actually matters. So you can see here, we have, had coverage with the HIMSA and the environment, different subject matters as such. We cover, quite a lot, this year, from COVID relief, to COP26, to all the projects that we actually do in education with partners, wonderful partners like Click to Learn, for, doing actually tech for good. And one project leads to another as well, because it was off the back of COVID that, this particular situation happened to the children. And so therefore we would start another project, with Anne and her team at Click to Learn, which has benefited the children very, very much also. But the press comes and goes, it's not just a thing that we sit on, that we wait and we try to sell our story or sell something to, the press. It's very much, it comes back and forward. So, maybe a few months down the line, again, there'll be another piece, about, Click to Learn, the education, what we're actually doing. Or it might be, something else down the line in terms of environment, as a new fundraiser that we're actually doing, for the future. Thank you.
Okay,
So just,
thanks.
Yeah, go ahead, Sona, please.
Yeah, thanks, Lily. Thank you so much. So I think I am just gonna ask Himal to announce the most exciting part for our next year, and then we'll take it from there.
Well, I think firstly, before that, just watching some of those voices and sharing some of you, like, it is really hard to get some of these wonderful people to share what they do. They want to not be seen. They want to, be hidden in their service, and we really try to push each and every one to kind of share it. One, for a utilitarian perspective, because the more you share, the more it's going to inspire other people to do it, and we can create a wave. But two, because they're just very humble people and very beautiful souls, that they don't want that, they're not doing this for any other reason, just to help people, and they want to help others. So there's been incredible organizations like Shishikunj and so many like Click to Learn, wonderful partner with the digital education that we're doing, and there's more names and people that we can not mention, because it's impossible to keep. I'll be here for another 2 hours just reeling off names of people who have just been unconditionally helping us. So we won't do that, but just thank you to everyone who's been helping. And what we're trying to do now, it's been 10 years of doing this, of pushing on multiple causes. And now we want to really build capacity and do much more and scale this initial energy and this love. So, we're going to try and raise £1 million, but in 36 hours. As we prepare for that, what is probably our biggest fundraiser and biggest effort to try and build capacity for all the work to ensure that we can reach many more cities, I'll hand over to Emily, who's going to be responsible for leading that effort.
Hi, Stanny, would you like me to share it? I've got it on a PowerPoint, if you like.
Sure, anything.
I
It's
had it
already
ready.
on. If you want to go ahead,
Okay,
you can.
whatever you like. Okay. Yeah. So, hi everyone. I'm Emily. I just joined the team last week. Nice to meet you all, and I'm still meeting some of the team for the first time. So yeah, this is our £1 million fundraiser in 36 hours, which is going to take place on the 6th of March. So put it in your diaries. We're sort of starting the preparation from that until that point, and we'd love to have you involved. Please click on the next slide. Yeah, so you've seen the story so far. I won't go over it again, but all of those amazing statistics that we want to build on. So I just highlight a few: 5 million meals distributed, 12,000 trees planted, 100 libraries developed, and most importantly, more than 75,000 children reached. Next slide, please. So we want to, obviously, as Hemel said, build capacity, and we want to do all of this work and more. Some of the things that we want to do with this £1 million when we've raised it in the spring of next year is to establish 10 new food distributions in 10 new cities, and hire 15 more social workers, establish 100 new libraries, and also be present across India. So we do disaster relief, I think that was mentioned earlier, and we want to be present at every disaster immediately throughout India in the future. Next slide, please. So the strategy for the fundraiser, it's very simple, more simple than you'd expect. So on the one side, we're going to have champions, and we want to recruit 500 champions. So that's an individual fundraiser. You will have done it before, where you ask your friends and family to donate money and support you in your fundraising efforts. We're hoping to raise half the money that way, including gift aid, by the way. And then on the other side, we're going to corporates and philanthropic organizations to ask for match funding to match whatever our champions make. And this should hopefully, from both sides, sort of increase everybody's excitement and will to do it, because we're going to double our money. Next slide, please. So from the champions' perspective, the simplicity of it is that it's just going to happen within the 36 hours. So then you'll reach out to your networks, and you'll ask them to donate within that time. And we want to kind of build a hype to donate within that small time frame. But you don't actually have to do anything. You don't have to run an event. You don't have to run a marathon. You don't have to do any running. So there's sort of nothing involved in that way. You just need to sort of show up and have conversations. So the main sort of areas that we're reaching out to are our staff, our volunteers, our donors, and any kind of partner organizations and their staff and friends and family, etc. And then obviously they would then go to their social and familial networks. Next slide, please. And then the other half is the match funding, and this will be in this sort of classic sponsorship structure where we go to corporates and we'll ask them to pledge an amount of money that they can match to what our champions raise. These are some just ideas, but really we're going to sort of have individual conversations with each organization to see what they can do and what fits their budget and their needs. Next slide. So finally, just to everybody on the call, as you're all stakeholders within our organisation, we'd love you to all sign up to be champions. That would be amazing if you feel like it's possible for you. And if you come from an organisation or a company that would like to become a match funder, I would also love to hear from you as well. My contact details are just there if you want to take a screenshot or a picture, and I will drop the link in the chat where you can sign up to become a champion if you're fired up already on this call. Thank you for listening to me.
Hema, you're on mute. Stanny, unmute Hema, please.
So I think we've had a lot of information in that last 30-40 minutes, a lot to get in, but we don't want to take too much of your time, and hence we wanted to get that message across. There are so many people that have not, that you won't hear from today, but hopefully it gives you a glimpse of the work that's going on across the organization and what we're trying to achieve. This will be our biggest fundraising effort for social causes for all the work that we're trying to do and execute as a group. I hope you can all sign up as champions to help us raise £1,000. And if there is any other companies that you feel that would like the work that we do, we've been tremendously blessed to be supported by the likes of Uber, Tower Research Capital, Futures First. The list goes on of people who have supported us, but now to create an effort where we can build capacity, not just continue to keep asking for each campaign and be so responsive. We need to build capacity to reach disasters when they happen, and they keep happening, to raise awareness through events like Ahimsa, so we can actually get on the likes of Alok Sharma and Gandhi family and really reach out to people in a much bigger and stronger way. We're going to need to build out some capacity for that. So I believe we have one or two more presentations. Do we have, Sonam?
Yes, so as Hemal, you were mentioning about a lot of our partners, gladly we have one of our amazing partners, Click to Learn here. And I think I invite John to share a little update on what difference we've been making with your program in India.
Thank you. Thank you, Sanal. Okay, that's fantastic. Thank you very much, Stanny. So just to give you a quick introduction, so I'm John McHugh. I'm the Commercial Director of Click to Learn. Click to Learn are a GD service delivery partner for education. We're an EdTech. We're based in Scotland, and we deliver online English learning programs to the world. Today, we wanted to explain a brief background about who we are, touch on the project we've delivered with Go Dharmic recently, and outline our goals for the future of our relationship with Go Dharmic. Very quickly, first of all, how did we start engaging with Go Dharmic? Well, that's really, really simple. Hemal. We listened to Hemal's description of the Indian COVID crisis, which is tragic, and the devastation it's caused to the education system. And really just listening to Hemal was enough for us as an organisation and our amazing CEO, Anne Attridge, to say, we have to get involved. So that's what we did. And if I could just point out, this beautiful child that we can see is one of our learners. This is Iral, one of our learners on the Go Dharmic project. So very quick background about ourselves. We have grown organically as an EdTech over the last 10 years. We're not a fly-by-night, just with buzzwords and jargon. We have been in it for the long haul, over 10 years. And in that time, we've built some incredible online English learning tools that can take from pre-beginner all the way up to advanced English testing and certifications. We've managed to secure some incredible customers over this 10 years, from some of the UK's largest colleges to some of the world's poorest slums. And through this time, we've continually reinvested in our technology, and we've built a lot of unique IP, which is acknowledged by the British Council, the College Development Network, and the IP 100. And just last week, we were awarded the accolade of Best EdTech in Europe 2021 for our delivery of Tech for Good. And this is to represent the work that we've done with Go Dharmic and in the United Kingdom with our asylum seekers and resettlers. Specifically to talk about our programme that we've delivered with Go Dharmic in India, our aim is to help address the issues of many Indian schools being closed through COVID. Some schools have now been closed for 20 months. So we have deployed our online English learning programme in a pilot project in Rapandur, with the amazing support of Go Dharmic on the ground. Absolutely incredible support from Go Dharmic on the ground, I have to say. But we're also savvy. It's not just about delivering online learning. It's acknowledging the fact that so much funding now is tied to performance. So my colleague Alison, who's just about to take over from me right now, will highlight some of the data that we're able to show back to our sponsors and governments around the world and in India about the impact that we have, the impact we make. Thank you, Alison. Stanny, if you could unmute Alison. Ali, come over, take over my mic.
I think there's Anne, and I'm not sure what name is Alison joined in as.
Hello.
She's there. Okay.
So yes, so this is just some of the impact assessment that we've done. We're midway through the project. We had a 97% adoption rate, and we have 44% of the children at Ratanpur Middle School have completed the A1 modules, which is just fantastic. They're really progressing well. And you can see in this photograph here, you should be able to see a picture of Sakshi with some of the children in Gujarat. And I just have to say it's so important, the relationship we have with Go Dharmic, because they are there on the ground locally talking to the teachers, the principal and the children, and giving them so much encouragement and assistance. We couldn't do this without Go Dharmic. So I'm just conscious that I'm still on that slide. It's not moved. Oh yeah, so I just wanted to show you what's inside Click to Learn, because you hear what Click to Learn is, but what is it for the children? So here's Aral. He's one of the pupils at Ratanpur Middle School, and this is what he sees when he logs into Click to Learn. He sees the assessments that he's done, the tests that he's done with us on his English language skills and the courses. And all he has to do is click on to Journey to Basic Skills to get access to digital learning. And in the next slide, what you should be able to see is the games. So everything we do at Click to Learn is interactive. Children are learning English skills, so that's reading, writing, speaking and listening. And all of that is done through interactive games and activities. And we're doing something quite different, which is starting at the pre-beginner element. So it's perfect for the children in Ratanpur Middle School to be learning like that. As they are learning, all of that data is recorded in the Digital Learning Hub. They can see their own report in terms of how much they have progressed and how much they still have to do. And for the teachers, the educators and the principal here, he's able to see a leaderboard of the children's progress, how much they have progressed through the course, and the ones that have already completed the first A1 modules. And that's really useful because he can support the ones that actually maybe just need a little bit of encouragement. And that data is there for him to share with his colleagues, which is really useful. So on the next slide, it's just, again, you can see some of our fantastic people that we're working with at Go Dharmic. I think that's Deependra in the background, Sakshi, and I think that might be Sonal as well. And really, you guys have just been brilliant in terms of partners for deploying this digital English language program. That has made all the difference. And we're just so excited about the being able to evaluate and monitor this program and provide the final report, which should be out, I think, just at the beginning of 2022. So that's me just come to the end. There's some feedback on there that I forgot to show you, but it's wonderful to get the feedback. And that's the other thing that's really important about Go Dharmic, is that you're able to feedback not just what the principal says, but what the children and the teachers really think of the course, as well as seeing all their data. So the final slide is really what we want to do, and is work in partnership with Go Dharmic and to reach more people, reach more children, reach more of those schools that Deependra's been working with. I think there's about 200, but like all of these projects, we need to do that with funders. So we want to continue to work with Go Dharmic. And I think that's everything. Just to say thank you very much from Click to Learn. And if there's any questions, please don't hesitate to add them to the chat or to get in touch directly. Thank you.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Alison and John, for being incredible partners and for all the work that you do. If you just imagine, in India, most schools have been closed for 2 years. The impact on those young children's education is just heartbreaking. Like, you know, that they're missing so much of their early development. Maybe 20% of their early education has been lost. And that's the most critical education period of their life. The fact that, you know, if we can give them some access through digital education, and some of these parents, they might be rickshaw driver, or it might be a builder or a local laborer, but they do have a smartphone. So they have access to something. More people have access to smartphones than they do toilets. And if we can use those smartphones to help them get access to some education and help them improve their chances in the future, it's going to make all the difference. So I think each individual effort, whether it's food distribution, whether it's digital education, planting trees in the Sundarbans, environmental action, whatever we're doing, all of this is Dharma in action for us. And we just want to keep pushing and keep doing more and more of it. So I believe, Sono, do you want to, there is a question from Ambika, but if anybody does have any questions, thoughts, or anything they want to share, please feel free to now while we have a little bit of time just to tie up at the end. But Sonia, you want to take that question?
Yeah, so I think, guys, any questions, we're happy to, you can speak. So please raise your hands, we can unmute you or put it on the chat so we can answer. So there's one question from Ambika regarding opportunities. We love volunteers. We need as many. So there are many. I think one of the first steps would be downloading our app. And there you can connect with the relevant group, and one of the internal team members will connect with you, understand where you're from, what kind of things you like, and we can based on your skills, what you would want to do, we can I think find a suitable opportunity for volunteering for you. You can also reach us on our email, which is on our website. So yeah, that's for anyone who wants to volunteer. We have a lot of opportunities for volunteering, so please do reach out for anything. Any other questions, guys? I think this is your opportunity to ask anything you would. Thanks, Min. Thank you so much for what you do and for the kind words you've put out. So yeah, I think, guys, it's an open floor. Please share. I think this is an opportunity which we don't have very often. So utilize this to know a lot, I think a lot about what we do, what we are, and how you can get involved or anything else.
Well, great. If no questions or no thoughts, I think we can wind it up and just wish you all a Merry Christmas in advance in a few weeks, and appreciate everything that you all individually do. It's very difficult. Again, the thing I feel worst about is not being able to thank each and every person individually for doing that. But you all know that you're deeply appreciated by everybody that's been receiving your support first of all, because the beneficiaries, they can't share we don't really share their voices as much. We try to be careful with the photos or not put them in front, but what you're doing is incredible, and it means everything to us. And just keep going, keep trying to do more, and appreciate so many people, even if I just read out everybody's name here, you're all doing something incredible on this list. So this is a nice family, wonderful people. If we can meet in person, IRL in real life, that would be much nicer. But obviously, this is the best we can do for now. So appreciate this session. I've learned a lot as well just from seeing you all present and so on. And hopefully we can do this at least once a year to come together in this way and connect. So thank you, everyone. Take care. Have a nice Christmas in advance, and Ram Ram.